today at 10 o'clock. So he probably going to get at bats in that game. So that's a good sign. The other one, Eduardo, he just walked in, just normal. Obviously, we'll check on him in the training room, but we do feel, after yesterday and talking to Brad this morning that he should be okay for his bullpen and obviously for his progression. So besides that, everybody else is doing good.
Can you talk about Garrett Woodnow keeping the major surprise? And has there been anybody else who's surprised you?
Um, yeah, I mean, I mentioned it last week. He's been great for us. The way he's throwing the ball, the way he's getting better, his changeup, his slider, breaking ball, holding runners. He's been solid, and as a citizen, in the clubhouse, he's been great, following the leaders. He goes to every bullpen that he can, goes to B games and sim games, and he's just enjoying the experience, which is awesome. He's grown as a baseball player the last few weeks, and it's a guy that he's opened some eyes. Obviously, we have to make decisions, but he's a guy that we really like, and we've been very impressed with the way not only he performs on the field, but also the other stuff that comes into play. Others, there's a lot of good arms in the organization. Um, there's good fastballs throughout camp. You bring them in, and they done a good job. Yesterday was a good example with Caleb and Winkowski. They did an amazing job yesterday. You could see the stuff. So we're comfortable where we at. I know Heim has talked about it, that we are not where he really wants us to be, but we made some strides in certain areas. I always said that some of these kids, they were here before he took over, but throughout the process he had add some very talented players, and now you can see that we can be good in the present and we can be actually better in the future.
Alex, what have you thought about Kevin McCarthy and his sinker?
He's done a good job. The first one, very efficient. I mean, he's been efficient, keeping the ball down. We talk about expanding sometimes right up in the zone, but you actually can expand down in the zone. And he's done that. He's a veteran that knows what he's doing on the mound. We like him. Obviously, we got 8 days, 7 days, whatever it is, to make decisions. We know where we at roster wise. You guys know where we at roster wise. So, he's a guy that we really like a lot, and he's a difference. His stuff is different than others that we have in camp, and that's always good. Being versatile. Have something different. So we'll see where it takes us, but he's done an amazing job throughout, and he's a guy that we like others.
And also with Valdez, I think he's pitching today. How's his changeup been different this camp from last year? I know you obviously weren't there last year, but
I do believe that he's been away from the strike zone. He was more efficient in it. There's some swing and misses with the changeup, and obviously weak contact. We saw that last year, but throughout camp, he hasn't been able to be ahead of in counts, and that works against him, right? He can throw that changeup over and over and over again, but 2-0 changeup, you have to bring it up in the zone. It's not a pitch that they will chase in those counts, and if they look for it, they're gonna hit it hard. So we need him to get back to attacking mode. It seems like his fastball has more life than last year. He's throwing a little bit harder, but he hasn't been able to throw it for a strike either. So looking, for him to make an adjustment today and be efficient, keep that pitch count down and being able to throw that changeup for strikes. That'll be good for him.
Alex, where's Ryan Brazier in his progression?
He threw a live BP yesterday. He's going to throw a live BP on on Thursday. It went well yesterday. It was actually a positive step for him. He said that towards the end he felt it as far as like conditioning, but that's part of the process. That's part of building him up. So arm-wise, he feels good. His hand feels, a lot better. It's just a matter of him, being able to build up and get to where he's supposed to be before we get him.
Alex, who else do you have pitching in the B game?
We got Andrees for 1, Hauk for 4, and Schreiber for 1. And then we have another B game on Friday for obvious reasons. It was going to be Pivetta's third one against Tampa Bay. So, we decided that he's going to pitch a B game against the Twins at their complex, and he's supposed to go 6.
Is today's at Fort Myers at your complex?
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, Fort Myers.
Again?
Yes, 10 o'clock here. Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning on making 2 sets of cuts or just one at the end, or what are you guys going to do in terms of that?
I mean, we still have to wait for a few guys to see where they at physically, right? So we might have one here, and then wait till the end. But we're not sure. We don't know. We have to wait for the health of some guys, and that's going to be important. That's going to dictate what we're going to do roster-wise.
And other than Pivetta, is there anybody you want to keep away from another team, or just him?
No, just him. I think that's, 3 in a row against them. That's too many. One too many. So that's about it.
Alex, tomando en consideración la versatilidad que tiene el equipo de los Medias Rojas de Boston, si la temporada comenzara en el día de hoy, ¿cuáles fueran tus jardineros?
No te puedo decir cuáles serán mis jardineros porque depende quién está lanzando en contra de nosotros, si es un zurdo o un derecho. Así que sabemos, ¿sabes? Los que están en el mix, como decimos. Está Kike, está Marwin, está Franchi, está Hunter, está Alex, pero todo depende de quién va a estar lanzando en contra de nosotros.
Dani Santana, ¿cómo va la salud de Dani Santana?
Obviamente todavía tiene los puntos. Habían dicho 2 semanas, ya han pasado como 4 días, así que esperemos que sean 10 días, pero se siente mucho mejor en cuanto al estado emocional. Estaba bastante frustrado con todo lo que pasó, pero ayer hablé con él. Más tarde lo voy a ver ahora cuando venga al complejo. Y es cuestión de ser paciente ahora. Fue paciente toda la temporada muerta en cuanto a su contrato, a su operación. Así que ser un poquito más paciente ahora y con el favor de Dios todo va a estar bien y va a estar recuperado y prepararse por una temporada de béisbol.
Alex, los roles del bullpen ya están determinados.
No, bueno, que sabemos quiénes son importantes y quiénes van a estar dándonos algo importante en la última parte del juego, claro, pero en cuestión de cerrador y esas cosas todavía no hemos tomado una decisión.
En cuanto a ya que hablas de decisión, vas a tener que tomar decisiones que son un tanto difíciles para la conformación del equipo. ¿Cuál tú consideras que será la decisión más difícil que tú vas a tomar para conformar este equipo?
Yo no creo que sean decisiones difíciles. Yo creo que son decisiones...
Son problemas
sí.
agradables, como nosotros decimos.
Sí, obviamente son 26 que nos podemos llevar, ¿verdad? Y algunas decisiones son a base de la salud de otros peloteros. Y estamos esperando a ver si Franchi puede comenzar con nosotros o no puede comenzar con nosotros. Eso es una decisión, ¿sabes? Un paso que nos va a ayudar a tomar la decisión. Pero en cuestión de lo demás, sinceramente, es que sigan compitiendo. Lo han hecho de la manera correcta. Están haciendo tremendo trabajo y algo que es sumamente importante, que la gente tiene que entender, que con 26 no se gana una serie mundial. ¿Sabes? Con más de 26 jugadores tienes oportunidad. Y siempre sucede algo en la temporada, inesperado, lesiones, enfermedades, obviamente ahora con todo lo del virus. Siempre es una temporada de incertidumbre y mientras más profundo sea, mucho mejor va a ser, y así que eso es algo que nos hemos dado cuenta, que somos más profundos de lo que la gente piensa.
Alex, I think you guys leave a week from tonight. Is there a plan to get some guys back-to-back work in the back of the bullpen? And how close are you on a closer decision?
Yeah, they're gonna go back to back. I just spoke to Barnesy. He's going actually Thursday, Friday. Adam is pitching tomorrow, and then he's pitching again Friday and Saturday. So, these guys are getting their regular work. Barnesy actually was supposed to pitch tomorrow, but he feels like throwing one more bullpen before he can go back to back is very important because after that, he's going to be very limited to throw bullpen. So he wants to work on a few things. But we're getting close. I do believe both of them are throwing the ball well. You saw Cass yesterday, although we're going to, like I said early in camp, we will be very patient with him. But he threw the ball well. Darwinson threw the ball well. JT did the same thing. So we know the group already. It's just a matter to make that decision. And, like I said, before we go to Boston, we'll know how the structure is going to be. But I'm not ready to name a closer yet.
Alex, assuming that Brazier's not ready, which might not be the case, how do you view the last two spots available? Who's in the mix for those?
I mean, we got options, but it's just a matter. Like I said, structure is very important. The beauty of 14 pitchers is that we're gonna be able to go longer with certain guys in certain situations, and then you'll be covered if something happens the next day. So length is very important. That's going to be something that we're looking forward. And I think the guys that are in the mix, they can give us 6 outs. Some of them they can give us 9 in certain situations. So I'll leave it at that. But I think we whoever we take, in that spot or those 2 spots, like you put it, they're going to be capable of actually giving us multiple innings.
Anything else, guys?
We're good. Thank you.